Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning into News 9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. You're watching top stories from our studios here in the National Capital Region. An expansive list of top domestic developments that's going to be coming your way. But before that, the top headlines that we're tracking for you right at the top of this newsfeed. Well, the Bombay High Court pulls up the police over the Badlapur encounter, says it cannot call it an encounter, adds that prima facie there seems to be foul play involved. Delhi braces to tackle the pollution menace yet again. Government announces a 21-point action plan, decides to continue the ban on firecrackers till the 1st of January, may even bring back the odd-even scheme that the people of the national capital are already used to. What's new, what's changed, what's been retained, we'll tell you all about it. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal, he's written a letter to RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, asking him the same 5 questions regarding Prime Minister Modi and the alleged misuse of central agencies. While voting for the second phase of elections is underway in Jammu and Kashmir, 239 candidates across 26 assembly seats are in the fray. About 40% voter turnout that was recorded as per government sources by 1 p.m. The Chief Justice of India pulls up a Karnataka High Court judge for his controversial comment, says no one can call any part of India as Pakistan. A fallout of the Tirupati Laddu Rao in Odisha now. The government decides to test the quality of ghee used for preparation of offerings at the Jagannath temple in Puri. Developments vis-a-vis Chief Minister's pressure and the Muda scam. Now Lokayukta is going to investigate the Muda scam. A probe report is going to be submitted within the next 3 months. The Mollywood in turmoil. So many cases that opened up like a Pandora's box. Now actor Edewala Babu has been arrested by the Special Investigation Team in a sexual assault case. The Hezbollah targets Tel Aviv with its Qadir-1 missiles. Reports say it tried to target a Mossad base as well. First up, ladies and gentlemen, shifting our focus to what transpired inside the Bombay High Court. The case involving Akshay Shinde, it has taken serious legal turns. The Bombay High Court, while hearing the plea filed by Badlapur rape-accused Akshay Shinde's father, challenging the legality of his encounter, has said that prima facie, there seems to be a foul play in the entire incident. Now, of course, we are going to be talking about the tough questions. We're going to be talking about all the observations that the Bombay High Court has made and also what was the state's response. But first and foremost, listen in to what the lawyer had to say right after the hearing.
कि पुलिस ने कोर्ट के सामने रखा उनके सरकारी पक्ष के सरकारी वकील के माध्यम से कि ये जो एफआईआर रजिस्टर की है अक्षय शिंदे के खिलाफ अभी 307 की मरे हुए आदमी के खिलाफ, तो इसके पिताजी की जो कंप्लेंट थी उसकी एफआईआर क्यों नहीं की पुलिस के खिलाफ? ये पहला सवाल कोर्ट ने उठाया। कोर्ट ने यह भी रखा है कि पूरे डॉक्यूमेंट जो पुलिस ने कोर्ट के सामने रखे, पॉइंट ब्लैंक फायर किया है, ऐसा पुलिस ने बोला है। कोर्ट ने अपीयर किया है कि पॉइंट ब्लैंक फायर अक्षय के खिलाफ हुआ है। ये जो घटना घटी उसके पहले अक्षय शिंदे के माता पिता ने जेल में जाकर के उससे मुलाकात की। यह मुलाकात के दौरान उसने कैंटीन के लिए उनको जो चाहिए, कैंटीन जो जेल में होता है उसके लिए मनी ऑर्डर की, उसने 400-500 रुपए की डिमांड की। दूसरी चीज उसने कहा कि हमें मेरी चार्जशीट लगी, मुझे बेल कब होगी? तो इससे यह प्रतीत होता है कि अक्षय शिंदे बेल के ऊपर आने के लिए उत्सुक था, वो न्याय की प्रतीक्षा में था। दूसरी चीज जो है वो कैंटीन मांग रहा है, इसका मतलब वो जेल में रहने की मानसिकता से था। तो पुलिस का जो कहना है कि अक्षय शिंदे ने पुलिस से बचने के लिए फायरिंग किया, तो ये प्राथमिक दृष्टया उसके अक्षय शिंदे के माता पिता के कहने से ये प्रतीत होता है कि ये गलत बात है, पुलिस की स्टोरी झूठी है।
All right then, News9 went through the entire hearing, and these are some of the toughmost questions that the Bombay High Court put forth in front of the counsel that was appearing for the state police. Let's take a look at the tough questions. Question number one, ladies and gentlemen. Did the incident take place in an isolated area, or did it have houses or something around? To which, of course, the counsel that was representing the police said that there is a huge hill on one side of the expressway. Mind you, the exact place where the incident took place, this encounter fiasco inside that police van, this exact place on the highway where it took place, it was a very secluded area, sort of like a strategic vantage point, if one could use that word. Now, the counsel also said that there was a town on one side, and on one side there was a hill, so essentially a secluded area. Question number two, how far was the hospital? Were there any other hospitals around? Because the counsel said it took about 25 kilometers to reach the hospital, and the Bombay High Court judge had to ask, weren't there any other hospitals? You had to drive 25 kilometers. It took you that amount of time to take the body of the deceased to the hospital. That was question number two. Let's take a look at some more tough questions. Now they're saying, when was the body sent for post-mortem? Again, interesting aspects over here, because the accidental death report was lodged somewhere about 5 a.m. in the wee hours of the day, and the first information report was lodged at about 7 a.m. and this is already a gap of 2 hours, after which at the hospital the body was already there. The post-mortem ended up beginning. Let's take a look at what happened next. What kind of a weapon was used is what the Bombay High Court asked next. Was it loaded, and did the accused know how to load the gun? There are several infographics that are doing the round on the internet where you can see animated figures of the accused Akshay Shinde and the 4 cops in the backside of the van. How were the guns shot? Where all did the bullet ricochet? All of that has to be carried out. Now the Bombay High Court asked, what was the gun? To which the response was, it was a pistol. And the Bombay High Court judge asked, did the accused know how to handle a pistol? Because unlike a revolver, a pistol is difficult to handle. Was it loaded? Was the safety off? Those are all certain tough questions that the Bombay High Court put across. Let's take a look at some other questions. Was the hand wash essentially the forensic analysis terminology, meaning for fingerprint, picking up? Was the hand wash of the accused recorded? Were fingerprints picked up from the pistol? Were the next few questions. Now, of course, the police saying that the gun was already in a pool of blood. Hand wash and picking up of fingerprints wasn't essentially possible at that point in time. However, the forensic analysis did pick up these fingerprints. That report is yet to come in, but the Bombay High Court has said we need another forensic analysis about the distance of the shot. Was it a point-blank shot on the head, or was it a distanced shooting? Let's take a look at some other questions as well. Then they asked, why be so negligent when escorting a man accused of serious offenses? Was he handcuffed or not? Two important questions. Of course, when you know that you're already escorting somebody who's been, charged with such heinous crimes, you need to be making sure of any kind of untoward activity that might take place in the van. We've seen all kinds of Hollywood pictures, Bollywood flicks that show the exact same thing. And to the question that they're asking about, was he handcuffed or not? Well, the counsel said he was initially handcuffed, but then he asked for water, which is why his handcuffs were removed. That's part of the story that's been put in front of the court so far. Let's take a look at some other questions. If the accused fired 3 rounds of bullets and you only got 1 casket left, one ended up hitting the accused, where all did it ricochet? And if you're saying that the accused fired 3 bullets, where are the cases and the shellings of the other 2 bullets? Another prime question and another major gap in this entire probe story. Let's take a look at some other questions as well. How can we believe that 4 officers present in the vehicle, mind you, 4 officers plus 1 accused, 5 people present in the vehicle, couldn't overpower a single man? The Bombay High Court judge even goes on to say that after the first trigger was shot, the other 4 police officers, the other 3 police officers, beg your pardon, could have overpowered in on him, couldn't they? They're all well trained. The Bombay High Court, judge even asked what was the rank of the officer whose gun was, taken away from the holster. They said it was an AP rank officer, very well trained in these kind of situations. Of course, the state response at this point says that it was on-spot reaction. Let's take a look at some more questions. Have you taken hand wash of Nilesh More, the cop? Another tough question that was put across. But whilst we're talking about the tough questions also, let's take a look at some, really stringent and strong observations that the court has also made at this point in time. The court says observations, and this is again important. This is the main observation of today's hearing, which says prima facie this cannot be trusted. Let's take a look at some other important observations. Say a layman cannot fire a pistol, unlike a revolver. The Bombay High Court judge says I fired it 100 times. It's not that easy. Another one of those strong statements is a weak man cannot load the pistol as it needs strength. Unlike a revolver where it's easy to clock it and cock it, a pistol needs a strong man to load it. And also the court said ordinarily for self-defense, another important aspect, you would shoot at the leg, you would shoot at the feet, not right on the head of the accused. Another important observation that the court made was the moment the accused pulled the first trigger, others could have easily overpowered him. And of course they went on to say that the accused wasn't a strongly built man, which is why the gun loading is out of the scenario. Overpowering was essentially possible. The court also made an observation about the fact that this is a very difficult case to accept. This cannot be termed as an encounter. It needs more strength. Now, all of this has happened. Let's also take a look at what the state's response in all of this was. We'll take a look at the state's response also. State said, it did not have answers for everything. It said the state CID is already probing the incident. The counsel for the petitioner was seeking an SIT probe. Also, the state response said that FIR under section 307 and an accidental death report is what is being probed upon. That's the foundational basis of the probe. They said initially the accused was handcuffed, but then he asked for water, something that we've already mentioned. And of course, the police are trained and everyone knows where the police must fire for self-defense. This was an on-the-spot situation that arrived and arose. Well, that's what transpired in the High Court today. Our legal editor, Ashok Bagria, well, let's listen in to what he had to say right after the hearing and the arguments that were made in the hearing went public. Take a listen.
The Mumbai police, rather the Maharashtra police, is in the wrong courtroom. Here we have a bench of two judges, and one of the judges hearing the matter says that he knows how difficult it is for a person to uncock a pistol and fire. In fact, this observation from the Bombay High Court came when it was told to the court that the accused, Akshay Shinde, had got into a scuffle with the police party which was carrying him, and in the scuffle he got his hand on the pistol carried by the police officers, and he fired at the police officer, and in retaliation the cops fired at Akshay Shinde. This was the story which was narrated to the High Court judges by the additional Solicitor General of Maharashtra, saying that this is the story, to which the judges said that it's a little difficult to buy this theory that is being told in the court, and prima facie we believe that there appears to be foul play, and the story being narrated before us cannot be believed. So the judge tells that, look, number one, what are the protocols that the police observes when they are carrying a criminal or a hardened criminal of this nature of an offense for which Akshay Shinde was accused? The court asks the first question, why was he not handcuffed? The second, that the court asked the cops or the government pleader that the pistols which were being carried by the police party, were they cocked or uncocked? In the sense, was the pistol loaded or unloaded? If the pistol was unloaded, it is difficult to buy the theory that an accused who has no prior knowledge of arms would be able to load a pistol and fire at the police.
Well, now that's the legal aspect. According to sources, a team of 5 doctors conducted Shinde's postmortem, noting that he sustained a head injury. The report has been handed over to the Mumbai police. The initial postmortem report revealed hemorrhagic shock and bleeding as the main cause of death. And the report also indicated a single bullet mark on the left side of the 24-year-old's head. Akshay Shinde, the main accused, was killed on Monday while being taken for questioning by the Thane crime branch. My colleague Rajiv Singh has filed in a ground report. Take a look.
अक्षय शिंदे के इनकाउंटर मामले में महाराष्ट्र सरकार और ठाणे पुलिस की मुश्किल बढ़नी तय है, क्योंकि पहले ही सुनवाई में जिस तरह का ऑब्जर्वेशन हाईकोर्ट ने दिया, उसमें साफ तौर पर कोर्ट ने ये माना है कि इस इनकाउंटर में कहीं ना कहीं फाउल प्ले दिख रहा है। ऐसे में इसे एक संदिग्ध इनकाउंटर के तौर पर कोर्ट ने टिप्पणी की और साथ साथ इस पूरे मामले में जांच के आदेश दिए कि जो भी अधिकारी उस वैन में थे उनके सीडीआर साथ साथ में तलोजा जेल से लेकर मुंब्रा बाईपास तक जहां पर इनकाउंटर हुआ उस जगह तक के सीसीटीवी फुटेज भी प्रिजर्व किए जाए। साथ ही साथ कोर्ट ने यह भी आदेश दिया कि इस पूरे मामले में बैलिस्टिक रिपोर्ट भी कोर्ट में जल्द से जल्द सबमिट किया जाए ताकि कोर्ट इस बात को पुख्ता कर सके कि गोली कितनी दूर से चली, कहां लगी और फिर गोली लगने के बाद में किस दिशा में निकली। जाहिर बात है कि कोर्ट को कहीं ना कहीं पुलिस द्वारा बताई गई इनकाउंटर की थियरी पर यकीन नहीं हो रहा है।
Well, Bouchan News9 to keep you up to speed vis-a-vis the Badlapur encounter case. We're going to slip into a quick commercial break here. But on the other side, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, is pressure mounting around him. There's a significant development vis-a-vis the Muda scam as well. Don't go anywhere.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.